Hey, it's Kat at Kattalestv. I'm back at the beach trying to get some self-love and self-care. You know, there's so many people commenting on my videos, and I find it hilarious, the ones that are taking the time to say that I'm being disrespectful to Nick at NyQuil, and probably sort of trying to start some stalking rumor in regards to me and Meg the regurgitator smallpox in a blanket to the black media. Cuntif. What you guys don't realize is, number one, I was respectful to them early on in the trial. Had no qualms, never said anything to them. But during the hearings for the motions for a new trial, I said in one of my videos, I think it's called like Tory Lanez and the Aftermath or something, I said I wasn't going to be nice anymore. And I meant that because I saw what was happening. And I want you to know this to make sure there's no misunderstanding. I did not know Tory Lanez before this case. I was I hate to say fan, but I used to work out to Megan's The Stallion's Savage, like the remix, when I was doing my some of my martial arts training and some of my balance training. I was aware of WAP, of course, because I thought that song was very interesting. During the COVID situation, it made a lot of women dance, and I thought it was hilarious, and it was something positive. So I thought, cool. Then later I heard this story, brief story, that she got shot. I assumed, it was true. Went on about my business. And then I ended up covering the case by chance because I was covering Harvey Weinstein, and then, well, actually Danny Masterson in LA, and then Harvey Weinstein. And then I bumped into the Tory Lanez case, but I had covered Harvey Weinstein in New York. 2018, 2019, I was there, and I covered things like Michael Cohen, Jeffrey Epstein, Steven Spielberg doing West Side Story, Law and Order SVU, oh my god, Remy Malek, a ton of stuff. You can just search on my YouTube channel, New York, Kattalestv, whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, I became more involved in this case because I saw all the shenanigans going on, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, this DA is talking about DNA doesn't matter and all this other bullshit. And then I noticed when the motions came out that Meg the regurgitator pantsuit didn't want to talk about the motions that Tory Lanez defense team put together, and she said really weird stuff like it's highly unlikely he's going to get one and blah blah blah, but she didn't talk about the motions. Then when I googled the motions, I found out that her names were on it on the public download file. You can Google and you'll find her 10 down on the Google page about Tory Lanez motions. Her name is on the right part of the heading. So she had access to the motions. People asked her about the motions. She refused to talk about the motions. But yet she obviously uploaded the motions because she put her name on it on the public file online. So I'm a little confused. Who is she reporting for? And what's her agenda? Because she's obviously not an unbiased reporter, because she refuses to talk about the motions, that the 84-page motions that the defense put up for a new trial. And then also, there's more motions they were showing supposedly on Monday. But she doesn't want to talk about that. But she wants to talk about fashion, and she wants to talk about the other case where the woman had, because I actually know the woman that had the 2 cameras, because it's a long story, but I bumped into her. And as fate would have it, by me bumping into that woman, I ended up covering like 3 cases. But that woman had 2 phones, and she bragged about it. And she shot, or she was using 1 phone inside the courthouse, and she was pulled in by the sheriffs. And they told her, the judge told her, let me see your phone. So they made her show the phone and all of her pictures, but they didn't get the other phone. But that's a whole nother story. But Meg, the regurgitator, told you that story to try to show her clout and how cool she was, and that's great. But talk about the motions, Megan. Smallpox in a blanket, pants. Why don't you do that? But you won't. Because you don't want anyone to really look at the motions, but yet you posted the motions. I mean, she's a real trip. But she didn't go to the crime scene, and she's an investigative reporter. I don't think she's an investigative reporter, she's a reporter, she's a regurgitator. But you motherfuckers expecting me to be nice to people who... Then also she did a video with, what's-her-face. Do you mind? I'm fucking doing a... Yeah, sorry guys. I was interrupted by a guy playing music, and you know how fucking YouTube is about music on a video, even though it's not yours. So what the fuck was I talking about? So anyway...
That's just too easy.
Oh yeah! Megan, the regurgitator pantsuit, smallpox in a blanket, Naked NyQuil, and Street TV did a video, if it's still up on YouTube. After the first motion hearing, they sat outside, the 3 of them, 3 pigs in a blanket, and the first couple of minutes of the video is them talking about Tory's hair, or lack thereof, and calling what he had on his head a do-rag. And it's a kufi. Look it up, K-U-F-I. But they spent the first, like, several minutes talking about his hair. These reporters. I swear, Megan Cuniff has obsession with fashion. But meanwhile, she dresses like she just came out of a really bad Goodwill trash bin. So all I'm trying to say is, don't expect me to do anything that you want me to do, because trust me, I was totally respectful in the beginning of the trial. You can ask anybody. Well, maybe not anybody, but because they might have their agenda. But the whole point was, I don't have to do anything anymore, because you guys showed who you are and who you work for, and your lazy alleged reporting. So, yeah, don't expect me to obey the rules that you don't obey yourself. You know what I'm saying? Which I find hilarious. You guys think I'm stalking that bitch? I was outside waiting for the defense team to come out the door, and I happened to notice that Meg, square pants, smallpox in a blanket, was sitting outside, and then Naked NyQuil was actually standing near me. And so was Raven. Raven was above me because they wanted me to go to lunch, her and her friend James and another chick. And I was like, look, I gotta work. And they were bugging me to go to lunch. And I was saying to Raven, hey, look at this shit. And there it was. Naked NyQuil going towards glasses and a square pants, smallpox in a blanket. And smallpox in a blanket was ignoring Naked NyQuil. So that's what happened. Someone asked for the whole video. You idiot. That was the whole video, because it started, and I don't know what started first. Because like I said, Naked NyQuil was standing to my left. Raven was on the top of the stairs with her friends to go to lunch. And then I happened to notice shit. So there's like two videos that I didn't shoot like the whole thing. Why would I? It's something that happened by chance, and I thought it was hilarious. If you see the video, Raven's like, what? And I'm like, look at this shit. Anyway, you don't even understand. Raven and her friends were yelling at me to go to lunch, and I was like, I gotta stay, because shit's gonna go down. Like, I knew certain things probably were gonna happen. Like, I don't want to say, because I don't want to ruin the next time, but all I'm trying to say is I trust my instincts. Even if people want to go to lunch, I do my job. A lot of people think that I'm not working when I'm actually working, and they don't seem to get that I'm actually a photographer who's been published in magazines and newspapers and like newscasts. Oh my God, all over the world. And even fucking what is that, Seth? What's his name? Is it Seth? No. The guy in New York used to be on Saturday Night Live. Seth, whatever his name is, who has a late show. They use one of my pictures of Mickey Rourke on their show at night. All right? I've been shooting professionally for like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to say, but like at least 8 years. You don't know me. It doesn't matter. But Kat, K-A-T, with the 3 words and, what do you mean? Capital letters? That's what I mean. Sorry. If you found that online, like, you'll see my work. And sometimes it's on the Daily Mail UK with Dancing with the Stars and all over shit. But all I'm trying to say is I'm not some fucking person that what you see on YouTube doesn't encompass my work. Mainly the photography I never post that I did that got published. And some of it's on my Instagram, but there's a reason why I don't post most of my shit online is because people steal it. And I like to get paid. And for some reason, people don't like paying me what I'm worth, so I don't put all my shit up there, unlike certain people. But yeah, don't expect me to do something that other people aren't doing. You guys think Armand Wiggins is amazing, I don't know, what do you call him, black media? He causes havoc in the courtroom, outside the courtroom, trying to antagonize people in the hallways. And that's disruptive, and it makes, I mean, if you want to call us a group, black people look bad. Sorry, not sorry, but that's what happens. Because, like, just because people want to be seen doesn't mean they're the best people to be covering a case. You know, there's so many egos involved in this shit. Y'all need to just have a seat and realize a person is looking at 22 years for some fucking bullshit. All right? So everybody just settle down. If you guys want to have a conversation with me, if you want to ask me questions, if you want to have a discussion, you can be for Megan, that's fine. But even for me, this isn't about I'm for this person or that person. What ended up happening was, as the case developed, I saw certain things that didn't make sense. For instance, the jury being picked based on accepting lies by the accuser. To me, that was insane. Number 2, the prosecutor, Kathy Toss, saying DNA doesn't matter. I never heard that shit in my life. I knew something was wrong. The fact that there's no gun, there's no bullets, there's no shell casings, there's no fragments from Megan's foot, all that's gone. The chain of custody of evidence was just, I don't know, it disappeared. The investigating detective or the supervisor of the investigation wasn't allowed to testify because he's under I don't know if he's, what do you call that? He's in trouble for domestic abuse, and they use that as an excuse for him not being able to testify. Sorry, there's an airplane. Normally stop if there's noise. So yeah, this case has got so many weird shit. And also I forgot to mention, Megan's story changed at least 3 times how Tori shot her. Kelsey's story changed. She pleaded the 5th. She had that weird use immunity crap that no one understood. And also, what else? I thought, and I've said this before, I thought fucking, what's his name? Tory Lane's defense team sucked. They missed the ball. And, yeah. Tory's DNA is not on the gun. It's not around. So you have a case where the hard evidence isn't in an exhibit, and the prosecution say lies are okay and DNA doesn't matter, and you guys don't have a problem with that. You want me to believe Megan's story that she changed at least 3 times. And in the Gayle King interview, she lies like at least 33. Why does she keep telling everybody before that her and Kelsey were still friends when they weren't? Why was she afraid to say that she slept with Kelsey's boyfriend, which was Tory? And why didn't she say she had a history of sleeping with Kelsey's boyfriends? And why didn't she say that Kelsey did her homework when she graduated from the university, wherever she went to in Texas? Why didn't she say that? Because she's very deceptive, and I don't trust deceptive people. You can, I don't. Plus, Kelsey's legs had scratches on it, not from a man's nails, from a woman's, duh. So yeah, you guys are nuts. Anyway, again, I would love to have real conversations about this case as adults, not as abusers. I know it's hard for some of you, but I use humor when people are acting stupid as fuck. And then also, I was an athlete, and I mean, we didn't necessarily talk trash, but when I played basketball against guys at the Y, and I was the only chick that played, and then one day a chick, I think she used to play for the WNBA or something, or collegiate, whatever. She was like, why do you dress that way? Because I still dressed like a chick. I'd wear like sports bras and you know, leggings and shit. And she was like making fun of me because of the way I looked. And then I played ball, and she was like, oh. So what I'm saying is, just because a certain person looks a certain way doesn't mean they can't play ball. And don't think that they have to obey your rules, because I played against 6'3" guys and I blocked them. And they would get in my face and they try to threaten me, and I'd be like, fuck you. That's just who I am. I can't help it. So I'm an independent thinker. So yeah, let's have a conversation about the case. Sorry, my eyes are tripping. It's windy. It's been windy in LA. It makes my eyes cry. But yeah, this is Kattalestv. Check out my other videos. I'm going to have some more videos I'm doing. I'm trying to rest a little bit because Monday's going to be crazy. Talk to you later. Bye.